Hi there. So in our last video, we set up a WordPress site from nothing, and we now just have to finish the final steps of the setup to make sure that any additional branding is not going to be on our page. So Paul is here to walk us through what we are going to be doing. So Paul, what is it that we can look forward to doing today?
So today is going to be really cool, nerdy stuff. So we're actually going to get down into the server level, execute a single line of code, and then restart the server. So really two
Awesome.
lines of code. Um, but what we're doing is we're basically removing like the sticker off of the banana. You know, you buy a banana, have a little sticker on it. Because we were able to go to the Amazon marketplace and say install this instance of WordPress, on the home page and on the pages in the lower right corner, there's a little sticker about Bitnami, which is the company that did that. So actually, if you want to show our screen, you can see
Sure.
what we're getting into. So,
All right. So our
uh,
screen should be showing here.
and we are obscuring it because our camera is there. So
Awesome.
maybe make the window not full screen.
Oh yes. It's,
So you can see in the
oh,
lower right corner, there is this is a touchy mouse. It's like a gaming mouse that
yeah.
likes to
So
double
let's do
click.
this. Does that mean
Yeah.
this? Okay, cool. Awesome. So you're gonna also see your little recording stuff.
Anyway, there's this thing in the corner that
This
you can see. We're
thingy.
gonna go ahead and get rid of that at the code level. So
Yep.
let's.
So
Mhm. So if you actually want to flip back to the Google, the other tab.
yeah.
So to do this, we're going to be using a tool called Putty, and this is just a standard old school tool that's been around for many years, and computer scientists use it, and it's stable, it's safe. I mean, it looks like putty.org would be where you'd probably want to get your version from. And we're going to do two things with this. So do you remember in the last tutorial we made that key file when it launched the instance?
Yes. And I believe it was a .pem or pem.
Yeah, it was a
Okay.
.pem file, and again, we want to make sure we have a copy of that, thumb drives, things like that. So that's an old type of key. We're actually going to use Putty to convert that to a modern encrypted format, and then we can log into the server basically.
Okay.
So uh, if you're watching this video, you're going to want to go ahead and download Putty first and get that installed because at this point we have Putty installed. Our website, we're kind of ready to start putting the final touches on it, and we just got to get rid of that logo. So uh, I guess let's go ahead and hop to it. So,
Awesome. So what are the first steps?
okay. So we've installed Putty, and first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up Putty Gen. So if you just search for Putty in Windows, so the Windows
So
key
you
and
would hit
Putty
the
Gen.
Windows key and then just
Putty.
putty.
Yep, and you see Putty Gen underneath that.
Ah, so this little guy
Mhm.
here. Okay.
Cool. So now we're going to go ahead and load that file. So in the bottom right there, load it. And I believe this is on our desktop. Uh, which, oh, that's because it's looking for the new file format. In the lower right, change the file format that it's looking for to all files.
Okay.
And then you'll be able to find the old PEM format. Bpro main site PEM. And then it
Oh
says, yes,
wow.
this has been imported. Life's good.
That was just fast. That
I mean, it's a tiny little piece of data. And then we're gonna want to go ahead and save the private key. So again, our own version of that. So underneath the load button, save the private key. And yes, that's okay without a passphrase for right now. And so now we give this new file a name, this converted file. So,
so in this case we are doing it for bpro.
yep. So bpro main site pem, you could probably just call it the same thing. It'll just be a different file extension. Mm-hmm.
And then save this piece.
Mm-hmm. And so now what we've done is we've taken this old, key file, you updated it to a modern, encryption standard that now we can at the server level hop into Amazon and again execute one line of code and then restart the server. So we can close keygen at this point. And
Right.
now let's go ahead and we're going to open up Putty itself. So the actual Putty
Okay,
program.
so this is where we would
Open the real Putty.
this guy.
Okay. So in this case, we're going to want to grab a particular IP address back in, I'm not sure if it's our main public one. I mean, I guess it is. Yeah, It's the same one as our main one. So
Okay.
um, what we got to do is we got to load that key file, basically load the password into this thing, and just tell it what user we are.
Okay.
So on the left menu there towards the bottom under connection, the first one is data. If we go ahead and click there, so the username, we're going to set that to Bitnami. So Bitnami,
Capital or no?
all lowercase.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then under the SSH drop down on the left, if you expand that,
See if I can do it.
and then go to auth.
Okay.
Yeah, actually click on auth. So don't expand it, actually click on the auth.
Oh, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can see this is where you load the key file that we just made. So if you want to browse for that, go to
Okay.
our desktop.
Now, is this going to be the PPK or?
Yeah, this is the new one. So you can see that there was that new PPK file that was there.
Ah, okay. I was looking at the symbol. So don't look at the symbol. Look actually for the name of it.
Well, yeah, and that's you'll notice the PEM didn't show up either.
Okay.
So that should be the only thing that we need to do, other than if we scroll back to the very top of the left menu, we actually just had to set the session at the very top. So this is where we're going to pop in.
Click on it.
Yep. So our IP address. This is going to be. This should be our normal site IP if you want to copy it from the other window. The
Yeah.
Mhm.
This guy. And just right in here.
Yep.
Oh, without all the stuff.
Oh yeah, just the IP address. Good call. And then copy that. And then under the save sessions down there, go ahead and we're going to create a new save session. So pop the IP there, and just for fun, go ahead and.
Do I have to save it?
Yeah, we're going to save these settings. So now, the next time we want to do this, we're good to go.
So in this case, though, popping it in here, I'm guessing I need to press enter. Do I press save?
Yeah, definitely save your settings so that way it's easier to. There you go. So now you have a new session, and then the next time you would just select it from that list and hit load, and then it'll pull in all the key files and all that stuff. So assuming we did it right, we should be able to hit open, and life will be good. So the very first time that we do this is basically a security alert saying, hey, this is the first time we're doing this. There's no guarantee, things are going good. We're trying to connect to Amazon, like we know this is okay.
Okay.
So we can hit yes, and it's basically caching that, yeah, you understand this. Cool. So now here we are inside the server,
It
right?
almost looks like a little 8-bit game.
It is, yeah. This is all command line stuff. So let me go ahead and pull up the actual command lines that we're going to do. So we're literally just disabling the banner with one line of code, and then we're going to reset the server. So this is a fun one. So I guess do you just want to, because we'll obviously put a copy and pastable version by this. So do you just want to maybe look at this? Is that
what needs to go in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Would you like me to type it actually? Because I have done this before. It might be a little faster.
Sure.
Yeah. Just
Take
wireless keyboard. Mm-hmm. So the general idea is that we're thank you.
Teamwork.
So basically we're navigating to the directory or the folder that has this Bitnami. And then we say disable banner. Space 1. So we're saying go here, the disable banner setting, yes, set it to 1. We don't want the banner. And if we do it right,
nothing.
Right. There you go. And then now we just simply have to restart it. So same kind of thing.
There's another command.
Yep, there's another command. So the same directory, except this is now ctl script. I'm assuming that's a control script, and then restart.
Restart
Cool.
that guitar.
And so now this is going to restart the server, do all that jazz, and here you go. Let's pop this back here, and then we should be able to load this this site again once it's all. Well, we'll wait.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I figured it.
Mhm.
Okay, so this just takes a little bit of time, and this is basically just like kind of talking to the server and saying, hey, you need to like go ahead and shut down for a little bit, and then just immediately
Yeah,
restart.
it's just like hitting the power button on a computer and
Okay.
turn it back on. So you can see it started, it stopped, and really it's just kind of starting and
Okay.
stopping.
So now that we have that new command, does that mean that that's ready to go?
It should be ready to go. So
Okay.
yeah, let's go ahead and refresh this other
Let me just
page.
come over here and just
And
fingers
there you
crossed.
go, fingers
Boom.
crossed. And again, we are obscuring it. So let's.
Yay.
But you can see it is no longer there.
Even more yay. It's now the whole window's not there.
Mm.
So yes, you should be able to see that now.
And
There's
at the very bottom, there's no Bitnami. You can actually see the that. So that is how you take that key file, convert it to a new version, log into the Amazon servers with that, and basically just take that setting for the banner and flip it off.
awesome. Well, is there any other little pro tips that I guess anybody should remember? I believe one of them is make sure you have putty installed beforehand, and make sure that I would say that your PEM file that that key is probably properly named so it's not really hard to find. Those are probably the two pro tips that I saw there. But I guess from your perspective, what pro tips would you have for everyone else?
Um, this is a pretty straightforward one. I would say a pro tip is pause the video and follow along and rewind it and just go along step by step because you saw we just did it live from that same file. You should be able to do the same thing again. Putty is a really old school program. It's been around for a while, and you can see it's not ridiculously hard to use. You just have to know what button and lever to press.
Awesome. Well, I think then from there, it's basically just going and building out your sites, right? Is that, or what are the next steps?
So the next steps would be, you can see we're still using an IP address for the main site. So the next thing would be going into the DNS and actually saying, okay, when someone goes to bpro.events, go actually take them to 18.222.254.25.
Okay. So, and then that's where you get all those redirects and things like that. Okay.
And if anything, maybe we'll do that in another tutorial.
In another tutorial in another time.
Yes.
Cool.
Well, thanks for watching, and let us know how it worked out for you. And now you have a WordPress site that's hosted for free, and you don't have some little label there that's basically saying, hey, this is a free site.
Yep. So it looks a little more pro. So now it's your chance to go be pro.